Well, here we go, I guess. I started recording, and now there is no going back because I promised myself that I wouldn't. I I don't know, it was so difficult for me to press that button and to even begin speaking here. It was difficult, okay? It's 12 a.m., everybody's asleep, so I don't think I'm gonna be disturbing anybody by speaking right now. And if there was ever a time that I would record, it would be now. But man, it is. Damn, I don't know how many of the people who are gonna be watching this have ever tried recording a video or something similar like this to put on the internet. But and I mean, I did expect that to happen, but just pressing the button and recording that was difficult. That took me a long time to do that. I don't even know why, to be honest. Now that I'm here and I'm speaking and I'm playing the game, it's not that bad. You know, I can kind of just imagine that I'm in a voice call and I'm just speaking to people that I already know. And so it's not really that awkward. But even then, I still struggle talking with people on the internet in a voice call, unless they're one of my friends. Uh, yeah, I guess I went on a walk with my dog earlier today, and I wanted today to be the day that I record a video because I've wanted to do this for a very long time. Just record my voice, record my thoughts, and put it on the internet for storage, I guess, because I have this just continuous monologue of words in my head, my thoughts, that it just never stops. I'm always talking in my head about just things that are happening, things that I'm talking about, and I wanted to record it or eternalize it in some way just so I could have it be as a not really a physical object because I'm uploading it to YouTube or I'm recording it digitally, you know, as a thing that is outside of my head. Somewhere where I could just say things into the microphone and then they get stored online and then they're out of my head, you know? And that's kind of what I think I'm going to be doing. I'll play Minecraft because it gives me something to look at and take my mind off of the talking. At least for now, it's still. Well, maybe later when I get used to talking to a camera, not a camera, a microphone, and it will become less awkward. But now for now, I have Minecraft to kind of distract me from that and give me something to focus on so that I don't just stutter and be completely incapable of speaking to you. Yeah, this is me, I guess. I want this channel to be myself as authentic as I can possibly get it, because I really don't like it when, you know, there's a persona of the person that you're watching on the internet, and it's so different from them in real life. Because if anything, you on the internet should be more authentic than you in real life, considering how there are no stakes on the internet, you know? Nothing will really change from how I say my words. So there's no bad thing that can happen which would force me to kind of alter what I say, you know? Because I feel like that's in real life. You have to keep up appearances and you have to kind of almost you have to be the person that people expect you to be instead of just who you want to be, if that makes sense, you know? You have to, it's not really, I mean, you get input obviously on how you choose to portray yourself, but a lot of that is kind of forced upon you unless you just want to be completely excluded from society and talking with people. You have to follow just rules and standards of how people communicate with each other, and that means that your personality can't really deviate too much from the norm, you know? And so when you speak online, you should be more detached from that than you are in real life, because online there are no appearances to keep up. There is nobody that you need to put on the mask for. It's just me and my microphone, and I can speak into my microphone about whatever I want without worrying about other people, you know, directly affecting me based on what I say. Sure, my friends will, you know, probably find out this video and other people, but it doesn't matter in the moment because they're not directly here. They're not directly gonna impact me based on what I say, you know? It's not the same as if they were in the same room as me. This feels a lot different, a lot more freer. I don't have to think about what I'm saying to not, you know, say something that they would dislike or that would make them upset. I can just speak my mind, my raw thoughts and feelings about whatever I want, and yeah, not have to worry about what people have to say about that, because that's kind of what happens in real life, right? You get caught up in all these thoughts about, well, how is this person gonna react to what I say? Would they approve of what I'm saying? Would they think differently? Would this cause us to become lesser friends, or would it cause them to dislike me more if I'm saying stuff they disagree with? Do I have to change the way I speak in order to communicate with this person, you know? And you do when you speak to people in real life, especially those who you interact with a lot, you know, you have a lot of stake in that person. It's important to you to keep that relationship good and that person kind of happy with you, because you know at the end of the day you do want to interact with them and it is enjoyable speaking with them, but you still can't be your complete true self. It feels like only online, where I don't feel any obligation to be anything that I can express my thoughts in their truest form, you know? If I don't have anybody to speak to except myself, then I have no reason to say things that I don't agree with, or that aren't exactly what I'm thinking. Because, well, I just don't, you know? The only person that I would be upsetting by doing this is myself, because I'm not doing it to my best ability. I'm not being true with myself if I'm lying on the internet, which being true to myself is a lot easier than being true for other people, because if I'm being true for myself, then I don't have to pretend, you know, I don't have to keep up an appearance to not make that person think, I guess. I'm sorry that I'm not too good at this. This is not going too well, you know. I was walking my dog earlier today. I think I already mentioned it, and I was thinking in my head, because I have to plan things like this out in advance, you know. I was walking my dog. I think it was around 3-4 hours earlier, and I was thinking how I'm going to speak in this video and what I'm going to say, and the order in which I was going to say things, which I'm now realizing is, you know, I'm once again trying to be a different person from who I am. I'm trying to plan out my actions so that it goes perfectly and I don't mess up, which I am doing right now. Right, not messing up. I'm not saying the things that I planned to say, but it's just, it doesn't feel right to say those things anymore, because after I started speaking, the words, they just went in a completely different direction. And now I'm just speaking from thinking on the fly. And so I'm speaking a lot more about just how I feel about speaking in a YouTube video. I don't know. I wonder if the people who have made YouTube videos in the past have also felt this at some point, where it's just this awkwardness, I suppose, in front of a camera. I keep on saying camera, my bad. I mean microphone. No way that I would be able to do anything even remotely close to this level of speech capability. If I had a camera pointing at my face, I'd probably just shut down completely at that point. But you know, with a microphone, I can still somewhat manage it, and I can string together a sentence somewhat, and hopefully it's understandable. Hopefully whoever ends up listening to this or watching this is going to be able to understand what I'm saying, and hopefully it's not just going to be randomness to them, because what I'm saying, at least to me, it makes sense, but I'm afraid that it may only make sense because of the experience that I'm currently having, you know, recording this video and speaking for the first time in my life. It is interesting seeing. It's an interesting feeling knowing that even though this video is, you know, hasn't even finished recording, and when it does, it's just gonna be on my computer. I don't have to upload it, but I've promised that to myself. I've promised to myself that today will be the day where I will finally record something and post it, because I've wanted to do this for so long and I've never done it because I've just been scared or worried about just not being able to do this well. And that, I suppose this kind of ties into the, I'm sorry that this is so disjointed. I'm just continuing conversations that I've had in my head before without really thinking about, oh, I did this wrong. Damn. How? Yeah, I'm just continuing conversations that I've had in my head before, except this time I'm speaking my thoughts instead of just thinking them. It feels like if I don't have any distractions, all I do is think, and it's just never-ending stream of words in my head. I can't silence it. It's just there continuously in my head, and when I watch videos, it goes away because I am focusing on the video that I'm watching. When I'm at the gym, it goes away because I'm focusing on the physical pain and, exerting my strength to be able to lift weights. When I am, I don't know, eating, sometimes it goes away because I'm enjoying the food. But when I'm just alone with my thoughts and it's just words and concepts in my head, it's, I don't want to say I think too much because I don't necessarily believe in the fact that you can think too much. At the end of the day, thinking is good. But I do think that there is reason to say that I overthink things, that I just make things up in my head that aren't real, that I just thought them up and I convince myself that something is happening when it's not really happening. I don't even know where the beliefs come from. It's just at the time, after a conversation with a friend, for example, I'll be going over all the possibilities of what I could have said, what they could have said, what they meant to say, what the words that they said to me in the conversation actually meant, because I don't know, I've always struggled with actually understanding what people mean with their words when they speak to me, because it's never exactly what they say. What they say is never exactly what they mean. You always have to play this little guessing game where you rearrange their words and put things in between them, put other words in between them to actually get to the idea of what they wanted to communicate to you with their words, right? They never just say the exact concept. They'll go about it in a roundabout way and force you to think and come up with the rest of it. And I've always struggled with that. It's really hard for me to. It used to be even harder for me to be able to understand people and play that game, play that word game with them. And I used to just not, I used to just completely ignore it and speak to them, I guess, in a straightforward way where I just say exactly what I'm thinking and what I want from them and expect them to do the same, and then they don't. But I didn't realize that that game even existed before, so I would just speak to them assuming that what they were saying was also just Hello? Hello? Oh, okay. I think it's back now. My mic, right? My headphones just died. I'm sorry about that. I should have prepared better for this. But yeah, as I was saying, man, I wonder how many people are gonna click off the video now, considering that just the sound disappeared, you know? Um, yeah, as I was saying, I used to just not even realize that the game existed, and I would just speak to people in the straightforward way, just say exactly what I'm thinking and what I want to say, and expect them to do the same. And when they wouldn't, and they would encode. Do I have? Let's do this. And when they wouldn't, I just would not realize that they're not saying the exact things that they wanted to say, and I would just go ahead with whatever they said, treating it as if it was the underlying truth behind what they wanted to say, you know? Now that I know the game is here, the game exists, that this is just how people communicate. It's made me better at talking with people, because now I can actually kind of understand them more, since now that I know the game is there, I can actually play it. But it has made speaking with people a lot more, it has made it a lot more, I guess, resource intensive. I get mad less, because now I know what is happening and why they are not talking to me the way that I would expect them to. But it has made it more difficult to talk with people on just actually getting across what I want to say level, because I have to convert it into this. I don't know why this even exists, but I can convert my speech into, I don't know how to call it, roundabout speech, I guess, where I don't say the exact thing that I want to say. I have to go around the concept and explain it and just communicate it in a roundabout way, instead of just saying exactly what I think. I think that is how I kind of found my friends, is because I just said the exact things that I was thinking, and they understood me, right? I didn't. They were one of the few people who, my friends are, the few people who I found who just do not play the game, or play the game to a way lesser level than everybody else, and that makes communicating with them so much easier, because I don't have to make a conscious effort to translate my speech to make it, understandable. I can just say things almost, if not as close, if not as if, or as close to I originally intended to say them, without having to alter them in any way, or say things differently just because I am, trying to put my thoughts into words, which is nice, but I have, it's not perfect. They're not me, and I still have to play some level of the game when talking with them, which is why I really wanted to make a YouTube channel, record myself speaking, because I wonder if it is really just me, if the way that I communicate is just so fundamentally wrong or different from other people that it's just so rare to find people who think like me. I'm not trying to sound like, oh, I'm so different from everybody else, I'm so special. If anything, I'm probably dumber than everybody else because, you know, they play the game easily. They don't have to think about these things, they just automatically convert whatever they're thinking into the game, whereas I have to make a conscious effort, and it is more difficult for me to do that than, you know, them, because they just do it naturally, which I can't. I can't do that. But maybe with this YouTube channel I can get an answer. Perhaps, I don't know. If I just speak into the microphone, maybe somebody out there will go, oh, this, I understand what this person is talking about. I've experienced a similar thing. And maybe they will, you know, be able to, I don't even know, it's so, the chance of finding a person like that through a video like this is so impossibly small. It's probably not even worth considering, but maybe if I can just, maybe I will get better at speaking with people. Maybe I'll find some sort of way. Yeah, that is part of the reason why I made this YouTube channel. I made this YouTube channel to share videos on Discord with my friends that were too large to be uploaded directly onto Discord. I guess I want to talk about this video specifically, part of the reason why I'm making this video specifically, right? And yeah, I don't know. I've been feeling more motivated. I have been feeling more able to do things. It's why I've picked Minecraft back up. I kind of quit this game for a while and played games with a lot more, you know, guided games where the game sort of tells you what to do. And after changing some stuff in my personal life, which I won't really get into here because I'm not sure who this video might reach, and I just need to be careful with the things that I say for now. I've just been feeling more motivated. I've been finding Minecraft a lot more fun because I've kind of rediscovered that ability to just play a completely directionless game, right? Play a game where I'm the only person who wants to do things and the only person who decides to do things. And I've just been really enjoying that freedom to go and do literally whatever I want, whenever I want in this game. You know, I used to play I still play a lot of MMORPGs for that similar reason, right? MMORPGs are pretty much the only game genre I play except fighting games and then Minecraft. Right, if I had to name my most played games recently, would be Dragon Ball FighterZ, which is a fighting game, Guilty Gear Strive, which is a fighting game, Albion Online, which is an MMORPG, Hypixel Skyblock, which is an MMORPG. But majority of my hours, kind of within the last 2 weeks, the vast majority of them have just been spent in normal Minecraft, in my old single-player world that I have abandoned before, and now I've returned to it because I have a new sense of just being able to do things for myself, being able to be in a completely directionless game and still have fun, because now I can set my own goals and do what I want. I quit this world a couple years ago, I believe, because did not have anything to do, and I just could not think of anything to do. And I had another single player world that I've been playing on after this one. But that one has barely any progress, and I've sort of started that one after kind of realizing this ability to just do that I can set my own goals. But I just was not feeling it with that world, and now that I've returned back to this old one, I have such a drive to play this game again, and just the I guess the mindset, the necessary mindset to be able to enjoy Minecraft for its just complete freedom and sandbox. I've started to appreciate that a lot more about this game. The fact that it's just completely free, and it allows you to do whatever you want whenever you want, at the cost of not having any direction from the game itself. You have to take the lead as the player and decide what you want to do with the game. At any given stage, it's not gonna hold your hand and tell you where to go or what to do, which seems to be the direction that some people actually want Minecraft to head in, which is very... I understand it, because I was never in that camp personally. I never wanted Minecraft specifically to have a direction to a thing that it makes you do, a guide. But I have been playing those other games. They hold your hand a bit more and tell you where to go, tell you what to do. And Minecraft is just so much more enjoyable when you can understand that, embrace the freedom, I guess, that it allows you to do anything and everything all the time. If I want to dig into this hole, I can just go and dig into this hole. You know, I can't do this in a different game. If I want to build a tree, it's far away in this world. I can't show it now. I'd have to go through the Nether, and it would take time. I can just go and build a tree. You know, I don't have to have a reason for why I want to do things, except just wanting to do that thing. I don't have to be not a slave is the only word that I can come up with. I guess my lack of mastery of English is failing me here, but I don't have to be a slave to playing the game, so to speak. I can enjoy Minecraft for the fact that I don't have to play the game. I can just do what I want in the game, which is playing the game, because that is what Minecraft was ultimately designed for, right? It's a game where you can do anything, which is why I just always come back to this game. It's the only one that truly captures that essence. It's more than... it captures it better than role-playing games in a sense, because role-playing games, RPGs, they still limit you in what you can do. It's like they give you multiple paths, and they provide you with the choice between those paths. Whereas Minecraft just lets you do literally anything, you know? Anything at all. There is no path in Minecraft, because it is just an open field. And you can, and there is no end goal. to go towards. So you are free to do anything you wish. And that same just sense of wanting to do something, it's what's driven me to start recording this video, start speaking into the mic, forcing myself to start recording and hopefully upload this video to YouTube. It is probably very difficult to listen to and very unstructured and badly spoken, but I am just speaking my mind. I'm speaking the thoughts that I'm thinking. I'm putting the inner monologue that I would be having in this situation if I were to just imagine myself recording a video, and all that previous dialogue that I've said, I'm just saying the things that I would have thought of afterwards, except instead of thinking about them in my head and thinking and thinking and thinking, I can say them and get them out of my head, be able to communicate with the outside world, be able to put my thoughts into the outside world, be able to hopefully exist, because somebody will maybe see this video and they will listen to my words, and then for a brief moment, you know, I would be a part of somebody's life, because they listened to me talk, they watched this recording of the game that I'm playing, and they would, you know, perceive me as a being, you know, because you're only ever real to other people if, you know, they actually know that you exist, as obvious as that sounds. And so I can just validate my own existence. I can prove that I exist to myself a bit more. I exist more if other people also know I exist. I don't know how well I'm explaining the logic here is, but here, like, imagine if a person lived their entire life in a forest, never being seen by anybody. You know, would that person exist if a tree fell in a forest and nobody saw it fall? Did it really fall? How many trees fall in a forest and then decay and turn into dust without ever being seen? How many trees have gone through their life cycle without a single person ever seeing that tree, without a single person ever knowing that that specific tree had existed? And I suppose that's a similar thing that I'm trying to do here, because if my thoughts only exist inside my head, do they even exist at all? And yeah, they exist to me. I know that my thoughts are real. But everything exists to me, you know, everything that I perceive is real to me, which doesn't really prove anything, since I can't prove that anything that I perceive is truly, objectively real, since I am the only person that will perceive it. I will have to perceive my truth. I will have to see the proof. It would have to go into my eyes, and, you know, turn them to electrical signals, which my brain would then process. There's no way for me to know if everything or anything truly is real beyond my head, beyond remember seeing this in a philosophy, not philosophy, but just, it was a YouTube video and it mentioned Occam's razor, and it applied Occam's razor to a consciousness, and that it gave me a very good way of just putting the thoughts that I was thinking into words, where if the only thing that we can truly know exists is our own consciousness, right? And if we apply Occam's razor to the universe, what is simpler? An entire world with complex physical equations, complex animal behaviors, multiple billions of human minds existing and thinking? Or is it just one brain imagining all of it? And it's just one consciousness hallucinating this entire world. Hallucinating one entire world. There's no way to know if anything except me is real. But if you see me and you hear my voice and you see this video, I will be ever so slightly more real, because even if I am imagining, even if I'm imagining everything, then I will, at least my imaginations, see me. And I would rather be seen by my imaginations than not be seen at all, if that makes sense. Also, just speaking and not keeping my thoughts inside of my head. Just, it sounds strange, but just the fact that I am saying things instead of just only thinking them is making me feel a lot better. It doesn't make sense, because me saying words into a microphone that I would be thinking shouldn't really change how I perceive those words. But it does. It makes me feel better than if I was just thinking them and not sharing them with OBS, which is the recording software that I'm using to record this. Hopefully what I'm saying makes sense. Hopefully my words aren't just ramblings that only I can understand, which they might be, because once again, I'm continuing conversations that I've had before in my head. I'm not trying to structure it for the video. I'm just recording myself speak and say what I think, which, as I've mentioned before, is why the internet is so wonderful. Yeah, hopefully that is what I can do with this channel is just speak, and I will try to upload more for myself, because I have enjoyed this ability to just speak. As I said, I don't get to speak like this often or at all, unless it's to myself, which I suppose this is still speaking to myself, but at least I'm speaking to myself with words instead of just in my head, and that makes things better, to me at least. And I'll just make the kind of videos that I want to watch. That I would want to watch. Because that's what I like. Whenever I'm playing games or doing anything, I always put on just videos of whatever. The main thing that I look for is that the video is long and that it has a person talking in it. You know? I just want to hear somebody speak to me. I don't particularly care what the video is about. I just want to hear somebody's voice. And so let's go. And so I'll speak. I might even try just listening to these videos later on. See how that works, because if I can just generate listening material for myself, that would be so nice. It's so difficult to find videos on YouTube now that I actually want to watch. It feels like all the content is just not what I'm interested in, and it's like the YouTube algorithm is failing me. It's not giving me what I want to watch. So if I can just make my own content for myself, then that would be very nice. Just not having to rely on other people would be very good. Okay. I have run out of things that I wanted to say for now. I want to say that I will try to upload things like this regularly, but I don't know if I will, because it depends on how often I just feel the need to speak, how often I I have things to say, because I could just continue speaking for longer, but I feel like I'm repeating myself, and I also feel like I'm just not speaking about yeah, I want to I want to be left alone with my thoughts for a little bit and not have to speak on the fly. This is more tiring and more just at least I won't be as worried about clicking the the start recording button next time, because I know that nothing bad happens when I do it. I've gotten past the what to me it seems like the most difficult part of recording a video is actually clicking that button, making the conscious effort to start speaking into nothingness in the hopes that somebody over the internet will listen. Yes, I want to believe in